Good afternoon, everybody. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and no, I'm not talking about Christmas or the Olympics. It's playoff hockey here in the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League. Opening things up here at the Hector Arena is the Northern Subway Selects. Finished third place in the regular season, and they'll be facing the fourth place visiting Greenfoot Capitals. My name, Matt Dudelet. For High Button Sports, we thank you very much for tuning in here. Game number one of the best 3 of 5 series here between the Caps and the Selects. We'll get to the starting goaltenders first, but we'll look at the matchups here while we wait for the teams to get situated. All right, so there you had a look at them head-to-head matchups, some players to watch. As now we get situated for puck drop here. We'll get to the starting goaltenders first. For the Subway Selects, it's going to be number 1, Amy Field. She saw there in the graphic in the pregame here, and at the far net for the Capitals, number 30, Lauren Delaney. Teams getting set now. Referees will grab the puck, and we're going to head to center ice here in just a moment. 20 minutes up on the board. Game number 1 here, the best 3 out of 5. Winner of this will play the winner of the Surge and Lynx series, which will get underway at 5:15 p.m. today on RBC Pad C. I'll do my best to keep you updated on the out-of-town scoreboard, but you can, however, check on your own as the stick banging commences. It's a tall tale sign of the game underway here as we are at center. Referee ready to go, and the puck is down, and no, it's not. Very anticlimactic start there as we wait for the clock to get situated here at the Hector Arena. Gonna have to add a few more whacks on the sticks here. There we go. Looks like we're ready to go now. And we are off. Up the right side. Selects will get the first touch. Into the zone it goes. Back down and behind McIntyre. Centers out front there. Richards came back defensively to help out. Pinned up against the wall over there. Worked around the net. Worked through the middle of the ice. Now we got the scoreboard situated here, and we're going to have our first stoppage of play as that puck will roll down on Delaney. Apologies there, folks. So just 45 seconds into the first period here, and the face-off's going to come down in the Capital zone. Worked up top. Chipped free now. Back the other way go the Caps with numbers. In over the line. Centering pass there was blocked along the way before it could get there. Good defensive play there from Carly Boyle. And around to the far corner. A little bit of a blind spot there. We do the best we can here at the Hector Arena. Limited space now as it's worked in behind. That was O'Dane trying to work it to the front of the net. Now it's going to go back the other way here for the Selects. Through the middle of the ice. Nice feed. Over to the right side. Chip towards a goal. Bunch of chaos there at the side of the net, but it's the Caps now. We're going to head back the other way. In transition is Jodry. She works in over the line on the right side. Good head of steam. Carries it in. Shoves it towards the front of the goal, but the Caps were starting a change. It's into the corner it goes. Worked up to the half wall. Just there on the left side of your screen. And now that's going to be sent the length of the ice. And we will have our first icing call here this afternoon / evening, depending on how you're looking at it. So 18:04 left to go here in the first period. to the right side of field. Puck is down and won by the Caps, but the Selects will loop through and pick up the loose puck. And behind the goal it goes. Looking for a stretch pass, long lead pass up the right side. That'll escape everybody, and now we're going to have a foot race for it here. And it's not going to be a factor, though, as that'll go down for another icing, so we'll go right back down to where we started. So after a long regular season, these ladies are finally geared up for what they hope will be a long playoff run here. The third and fourth place teams battling it out here as that shot was deflected wide. In the corner, battling all the way back up to the point. Held in there by Lapierre, down low for McHenry, who looks to center. Off a stick, oh front, Jodria's shot there was off a skate and it hit the back of the goal. Still at the side of the goal there, Field battling for some position down there. As the puck's gonna go back out into the neutral zone. Payne collects, chips it off the wall just in front of the Caps bench. So McHenry will send it in deep. Back for it here is Grinton all the way across. Out into the neutral zone, Harland moves it up the left side off a stick, so no icing. Back for it is Grinton. Worked it on the backhand, back up top to the point. Harlan holds the line. She walks to the middle. She'll fire a cross-corner dump. Didn't have a lane to the net, so she safely puts it in the corner now as they try to work it back up top to the point. Behind the net. Looking to center at the short side. Puck's there, cleared in front. Another opportunity. Puck still there. Chaos in front. And finally cleared here by Burris, who's going to try and send one through the middle for Richards. Richards finds it. She'll get the red line. She'll get that in deep. Back for it is the Caps. They'll work around the far side. Outlet pass for Power. Power couldn't get it to her teammate. Now is Richards down there in the corner. She takes a bump from Leslie. Hooked on the half wall now. MacArthur in there to help out. 2-on-1. Puck poke free. Doiron now walks to the middle. Shot there. That one just goes high. Kearney couldn't get it free. Wraparound chance. Power in good position defensively. She's going to head north now. She's got MacArthur on her. Power will get that in deep, and she'll start the change here. A full sail change here for the Caps. McIntyre up the left side for McLean. McLean in over the line. She'll carry. Fires one. That goes well wide. All the way around to the far side now. Doiron holds the line. Back for it is Walter. Battling down there, trying to work out of the corner. Boyle now cycles it down deep. Leslie back for it here for the Caps. Wormed around to the far side. To the point, Doiron holds it, but Driscoll with a good second effort. She's able to get that puck outside the zone now as McIntyre. She'll activate as she fires that in deep. In on the corner now is a check being thrown, and ladies watching the Olympics clearly. So that one's going to be pinned up against the end wall down there, and we're going to have a stoppage of play here as it's blown dead. So we'll have a face-off here to the left side of Delaney. Right off the draw, they're going to go forward with it. And behind the net now. Trying to work it back up front. Off the back of the goal, they're whacking away at it. Still sitting there. Now it's going to be poked free. Caps looking to go back the other way. That's chipped off the wall out through the neutral zone. That'll get around Connolly. No icing on the play as the Caps will get in on the forecheck. That's Carly Beaton. Partnered across. Grinton trying to get it free. Sorry. That was Connolly now as it's pinned up against the end wall down there. Working out of the corner. 2-on-2 down there. Puck held up. Now it's worked free. It's going to go up the right side. Got a stick on it there just inside the line. Good follow-up play there from Carly Boyle. She was able to hold the line. And now Parsons all the way across. Looking for Prince. Wasn't able to complete the play as that puck's going to be pumped back down inside the Cap zone. Delaney out to play it. In there in a hurry. was Kate Morrow. She takes a little bit of a bump. Play continues as now the puck comes out through center. Richards. She'll spin off a forechecker. She'll get it in deep on the backhand. Now is Payne back for it. Marley Payne off the glass. Not out though as MacArthur hangs on. She takes a little bit of a bump there as the puck switches sides. And now that's going to go down the ice, but doesn't look like it's going to have enough for icing here as Richards races back. She's got McLean and MacArthur up ice. McLean, stick lift, picks it up, works in over the left side. Her former Team Atlantic teammate, Ashlyn Kearney, in there to defend. Now McLean turns, fires, in on goals. Delaney leaves it there for Harland. Harland up the left side for Power. Sydney Power, the second leading scorer in the regular season here for the Caps, just behind Kearney. Now is a centering pass, dangerously pulled out of the crease from McIntyre. Now they're going to go back the other way here as a 2-on-3 forming. Over to the right side, MacArthur picks it up on the backhand. She'll walk in over the line towards the front of the goal off the pad of Delaney and moved aside. Into the corner they go as they tangle up, back to the point. Doiron shot through a crowd, was deflected / blocked. Leslie ties up. And behind the corner now is Kearney. Up the right side now for Asbridge. Through the middle, Power. She's going to have a step down the right side. Sydney Power, a shot there, field. Let that one whistle by as that goes high and wide on the blocker side. Now back go the Selects. Off the stick there of Bria Tanner as she was able to get that in deep. Walter nearly turned it over and does now. As Tanner in there, she'll move it back to the left side point. Shot towards the net. There was kicked aside safely by Delaney. Collected by the Caps. Lapierre. Chipped it outside the zone. Now as the puck will go back into the neutral zone here for the Selects as they'll look for the neutral zone breakout. All the way to the far side now is Ashton McHattie. She's going to get the blue line and get it in deep. Back for it here, Sadie Walter. Into the corner. Pinned up in there. In comes Frances McDonald to help out. Chipped off the wall. Back to the point and not out. Shot coming, kicked aside by Delaney. 4-2 the shots now here in favor of the hometown Selects. Pretty inspired hockey being played here, and why not? It's the playoffs and the U.S. and Canada Olympic gold medal game just happened a couple days ago, and what was a great battle, so a little extra pep in the step here. Through the middle, turned it over. O'Dane battling there with Frances McDonald. Now it comes out to the blue line. They're going to try and push it back here, but it's turned over. Now the Selects trying to get free. Good back pressure there from the Caps. It's going to eliminate that play. Burris. She finds the puck. She'll pump it in deep. Back and forth action here. Not a whole lot of grade A chances just yet. Lapierre up the right side for Beaton, who got a stick on it, and that moves out into the neutral zone as Burris collects and just fires it back down inside the Caps zone. Outlet pass up the right side. That's going to be icing, and they're going to wave it off right away here. As Layla Burris back to collect here for the Select. She'll rim it around to the far side. Jodry right off the bench finds a loose puck, tried to center, but it looked like O'Dane was heading to the bench there for a change, and she was. Now as McLean tries to poke it free. Leslie gains the red line. Wasn't able to get it in deep, though. Now Grinton. She's being pressed hard there. McLean turned, fired into the feet of the official. And the delayed offside as the Caps re-rack here in the neutral zone. Nearly turned over through the middle of the ice. MacArthur moves it over for McLean. McLean works in over the line. She got Richards with her. She'll fire one on goal, and Delaney there. No problems with that one as she'll make the save. 9:51 left to go here in the first, just over halfway through the first frame. Puck is down now. Chipped off the wall. Asbridge wasn't able to get there in time. Still looking for it just inside the Caps blue line now as the Selects work down. And below the goal line now. Worked in behind. Spinning all the way around the zone there was Mila Martin. Moves it back for McIntyre. Swiftly across the blue line. Into the shooting lane go the Caps. Opportunity to shoot. That was blocked. And now Beatrice to Asbridge. She'll chip and chase. She'll have a step there on McIntyre, able to get in there first, but good defensive help there from the Selects. Will poke that one free. Cross ice pass, turned it over. Jodry walks in, shot there, sorry, that was Payne, and a good save made from field. Rebound collected by McIntyre. She's gonna head north. McIntyre, nice little move. She's gonna create some space as she walks in over the blue line. Down the left side, McIntyre shot there. The rebound's loose there and cleared out of harm's way. As the Selects looking for the first goal of the game here on that rush from McIntyre, who will head for a change. Just inside the blue line, Caps unable to get it out into the feet. Now it's going to be picked up. Chip by Jodry, that'll get by everybody. Now back for it here is Connolly. Towards the neutral zone, it'll come to the blue line, and now it'll come out. And now McCaddy's going to work her way back up the ice. Ashton McCaddy towards the front of the goal. Didn't make its way there as it works in behind the net. McCaddy takes on Harland. Able to poke that puck free. Now the Caps are going to go back the other way. They have 3-on-3 forming here. As Dowling's going to work down the left side with speed. Chipped it into the corner. She'll get there first. Cycled it in behind the goal. So McHenry now looking for it. Back up top for Walter. Walter towards the front of the goal there. That was blocked by McCaddy, and that's going to go to the far corner. Trying to get out of the zone now. Selects looking for the exit. Around to the far side. Boyle up for MacArthur on the right side. Towards the front of the goal once again. His field will just safely turn that one aside now off the back of the net. Trying to shove play. Another opportunity. Oh, what a save. Field on a near costly turnover as she kicked out that right pad, or sorry, the left pad here in the hurry right for us looking at it up top. And we're going to have a delayed penalty here as the whistle will go now. And this penalty is going to go to the Selects as Delaney was on her way to the bench. So it's going to be a cross-checking penalty. So the Caps will get their first power play of the playoffs. Good time to get on the board here. It's a shot, 7 apiece here in this first period. 7:24 left to go, and now a power play here for the Caps. Driscoll, Jodry, Zara Prince with Payne and Kearney on the backside. This Caps looking to get it set up. Kearney working around, trying to find the lane. McCaddy on her. She'll exchange here with Payne. Payne back for Kearney. She's going to have some space. Tried to center. Richards was in the shooting lane. Now it's a race for the puck, and it's going to come out here now as Payne was unable to hold it. She'll step back in her own zone. She's going to fire a bank pass across for Kearney. Kearney left it there for Driscoll. Driscoll through with speed. She'll walk into the middle. Dropped it there for Prince. Prince left side into the front of the net. Field kicked it aside. Rebound still loose. Out to Richards at the top of the point. Unable to get it out, and now that one will get by Kearney. Kearney, the leading scorer here for the Caps throughout the regular season. 23 points to her name. Looking to spark the squad here. Towards the front of the goal was tipped there. Driscoll looking for the loose puck. Still loose in the high slot. It's going to come all the way to the blue line. Hustle play there, and Kearney wasn't able to hold the line as the forwards will switch up here for the Caps. Through the middle of the ice now, Driscoll. She'll work in over the line. She'll slow it down towards the front of the goal. That was blocked by Burris. Richards finds the loose puck, and she's going to send that the full length of the ice here. 45 seconds left to go here in the power play. Beaton takes the outlet pass. She's going to work down the right side. McLean held it in, or got it to the blue line, but it was held in. She'll continue in on the forecheck. Spin around chance. Penalty on the way, and it's going to be a 5-on-3. Caps just going to let the Selects touch it here. Through the middle, though, is Asbridge. Delaney very heads up as she got to the bench for the extra attacker. Towards the front of the goal. Field the save, the rebound, kick free. Caps will regain possession. And you can hear the bench yelling to give it to them there. It's all nice to have puck possession, but you're killing the clock for the 5-on-3. I don't think there's a wrong or right way to do that, but regardless of that, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. As the Selects top dog in the box right now for 2 or less. Selects and Caps bench going at it here. Selects didn't like the Caps taking too long to get their line out there now. So 2 seconds left to go in the first penalty. Shot towards the goal. Field to save. Crazy in front. Another rebound off the front of the mass there for Field. She straight up headbutted that one. Back to the Kearney, or sorry, Payne, a shot. And all kinds of craziness now, as you could hear the crowd beside me yelling, too many, too many, too many. So now it will be a true 5-on-3 here for 1:33 as the Selects with the bench minor. So Carly Boyle will serve. A glorious opportunity here for the Caps. First penalty had expired. Selects got too caught up at the bench. Very animated over there right now, and rightfully so. Every second counts here in the playoffs. Regular season, you might be upset about that one, but you have a little bit easier time turning the page here. The Selects now got the puck out to the blue line. Kearney knocked it down. She's just going to work back on the attack here. She leaves it back there for her teammate. And over the line goes Jodry. She's pressed. McHattie on her. Payne faked the shot, fired it across. Opportunity, Kearney. Shot there. That one just missed. It's going to come wide all the way to the blue line, but not out. Payne down low for Driscoll. Just on the half wall. Driscoll, cross ice pass. Kearney with some space to walk in. She does. She shoots, and a save made by Field. Setting it up again. Payne across for Kearney. She's going to have some more space. She'll work it back up top for Payne. Nobody in the lane. Shot there, tipped in front. The puck's going to come free. Driscoll on it. Just there on the half wall now. Pokes it free. Payne. Cross ice for Kearney. Kearney walks to the shooting lane. Opportunity. Shot there. Save. Rebound. Another opportunity. And now we're going to have some pushing and shoving in front of the net here as Field made the first two saves and they continue to dig. There's Amy Field standing tall down there in the Selects crease here on the power play. So only 31 seconds left to go in the McLean penalty and 58 seconds, as you can probably see there on your screen. 12-7 the shots now here in favor of the Caps, who continue the power play here in this one. Wilkie down low, looking for the backdoor pass for Asbridge. They got it there. She wasn't able to get a stick on it. Back up top, Wilkie. Down to the right side. Back up top, Wilkie at the top point. Over to the left side now. Leslie centers backdoor. And kicked aside there by the Selects defense now as Wilkie will recollect. 5 seconds left to go here in the McLean penalty. She's back to her feet and ready to return into the middle of the ice. Asbridge kind of surprised her. Now the puck's going to come free. McLean, wasting no time, is just going to send that one the length of the ice. 20 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Caps. Beaton, fired across ice, nobody home. Hallie Rose McLean finds it, and she'll jump it back in. 10 seconds left to go now in the power play. Stretch pass to the blue line for Power. Has Richards on her. She tried to dump it in. 2 seconds left to go, and that'll do it here for the power play, as this will be a delayed icing. And it's going to be waved off as the penalty was just expiring, and also McLean was there on the race. Now it's Richards in behind. Takes a bump there from Payne. Into the corner it goes, and it's McLean on the loose puck. 2:50 left to go. Back to the left side point towards the front of the goal. Steered aside there by Delaney. Back to the point. Burris shot there. It hit the stick of Richards. The foot race for it there. Half wall. Good activation there from Allie Chisholm as she was able to get down in free. Now towards the front of the goal. Tipped in front by her own defender, and Delaney square to the shooter with a good positional save. So she will hang on 12-9. The shots in favor of the Caps, who just finished back-to-back-to-back power plays and were unable to come up with anything on the man advantage. Lady advantage, however you'd like to look at it. And behind the goal there, Evelyn McLeod centering pass, but it's the Caps who collect. That's going to go up the left side now as Kearney on the loose. Erin McIntyre. McIntyre skates her way into freedom there now down the right side. Caps hold the zone, back pass. Chipped in behind by Driscoll. Kearney looking for the pass out front. Approaching the final minute to play here. Catherine Wilkie battling down there with McIntyre. They poke it free. And back the other way go the Selects. A little chip off the wall. It's going to go all the way down the ice. Harlan gets there first before it could be icing. Cut back move there. She'll create some time and space for herself. Now Harlan cuts back the other way. Chips that off the wall for Leslie. Leslie heads up there as she had a forechecker on her towards the front of the goal. Spin around pass into the feet of Driscoll, who was back defensively to help out. Both those players take a tumble. Up the right side now. That's Charlotte O'Dane. Couldn't get it by McIntyre, who got it out into the neutral zone. Selects now find it at the end of their shift, so weren't able to muster up too much effort there. Kearney comes through. McLean, she's taken down. Selects coach didn't like that one. Not going to tell you what he said. Have to use your imagination on that one. Now it was Grinton up the left side for Hallie Rose McLean. One of those names that you just say fully no matter what. Sort of like Marie-Philippe Poulin. For some reason you can't just say the last name. As McLean now walks in, shoots there, and that one just whistled wide. All the way to Burris at the point. She holds it. 38 seconds left to go now here in the first. Asbridge. Back behind her own net. Chipped off the wall softly for Power. Power chips that one out into the neutral zone. Burris loops it back there for Grinton. Grinton up the left side. McLean got a stick on it and fires it in deep. Good neutral zone breakout there from the Selects with 19 seconds to go. Leslie stops up and gets away from Richards. As Asbridge now through the middle of the ice. Power bouncing puck. Spins around, able to find it. Sydney Power, centering pass. Good defensive play in front by the Selects as we approach the final seconds of play now. 2 seconds, 1, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes here in game number 1. It's a 0-0 tie heading to the second period. So we'll have our intermission, our flood, and we will be back with second period action after that. So you're watching the 2026 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League playoffs here on High Button Sports. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Hector Arena here in Pictou County, Nova Scotia for period number 2 here of the first round. Game number 1, best 3 out of 5 series between the Northern Subway Selects and the Greenfoot Capitals. No score after the first period, 12-9 the shots in favor of the visiting Caps. So we get set here for second period action, 20 minutes on the board. The officials getting the nets on here now. So the Caps in the first period, 3 power plays. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. A couple big kills there from the home team, the Selects. So to center ice we go. If you're just joining us, my name is Matt Dudelay for High Button Sports. We thank you for tuning in here from wherever you may be viewing from. Both teams going to start their top lines here. Start of the period. Puck is down, and we are officially underway here as that one's going to be roped in off the glass. McLean looking for it. Now it's the Selects. McIntyre stopped up. Alleviates some pressure. She works it up the left side for McLean. He's going to fire that in deep. Back for it's Wilkie. Sorry, that's Leslie. My apologies. A few IE names out there. MacArthur working out of the corner, looking for her options. She'll move it up top to the point. Held in at the line just on the right side of your screen. MacArthur. Battling away. She comes away with that loose puck. Go front for McLean. Left it there unintentionally for McIntyre. McIntyre didn't have a lane to the net, so safely fires it in behind the goal. Richards circling around. MacArthur towards the front of the goal. That one goes wide. All the way around now. Asbridge. She'll work up the right side now in over the line. Towards the front of the goal. Field got a stick on it. Puck still loose and behind the goal. Excuse me. Carrie Doiron back there with Richards. Asbridge and Power in behind the goal. Now it's going to be peeled free. Up the right side for MacArthur. She's got McLean on her left. In over the line. McLean fires a shot there, trying to use the defender as a screen. It was blocked before it could get its way to the net. On the half wall now. Centering pass there all the way in from the point. Should be noted here that no Rogan Vint here for the Selects. Not sure the situation there, but pretty decent part of the puzzle that is missing here for the Selects. Wilkie, O'Dane, right through the middle for Driscoll, who couldn't corral it on the backhand. Now Richards. Nope. That is McLeod who fired that in deep. Sometimes the jersey tuck will get you. And behind the net now. Catherine Wilkie. Right side, through the middle for Driscoll. 2-on-1 forming here for the Caps. Ella Driscoll down the right side. Tried to fire a pass there, and she almost got lucky as that one rolled by the left post. Good defensive play there from the Selects as they're going to work back in transition, following up the play and finding that loose puck. Turned it over. Charlotte O'Dane all alone down the right side. She fires a shot there. Field saw it at the last second, and the blocker save made. Up the ice. Gets by everybody but not Lapierre. He's going to fire it across for Payne. Payne through the middle, nice little outlet pass there and a perfect neutral zone breakout as Jodry gets in. The old neutral zone swing come through on the ladder as the center now has a centering pass there off the stick and just bounced over now as they're going to move it up the right side for McCaddy. Harlan back for it, icing waved off. Partnered around for Payne. Payne, long stretch pass there for Prince out into the neutral zone. Prince, chip and chase. She'll get in there on the forecheck, but it's Burris who reverses it. That'll alleviate the pressure now. Up the left side. Trying to peel it free. Leslie activates from the point. Good pinch there. She was able to hold the zone. Now as Burris picks it up in her own goal. Burris, she's going to hit the afterburners here, but it's McHenry, the 2 long strides going at it. That's going to be dumped in. Delaney out to play it. Leslie on the pass down there in the corner. Worked out now through the middle of the ice. 1-on-3. Stopped up was Kelly. Kelly cycles it down deep. You could hear the communication from down here as that one bounced away from McHenry. Payne towards the front. Field the rebound. Wilkie couldn't hold the zone. Knocks it down. Now we're going to have a foot race here as Richards and Payne. Richards tied up. Puck comes free. Over the right side for McHenry. That pass has got to be on the tape. It was too far for her to reach. Now is McIntyre. She'll head north. Couldn't get around her own teammate. And now it's going to be chipped off the wall just inside the select zone. Goiron able to get it forward. Now is McLean in over the blue line. A little extra attention on her here as it's going to be turned over. Sydney Power blows a tire. The old rink sniper gets her. It's Doiron now. She'll bank one in. And that one's going to be icing on the wrong side of the red line there. So we're going to have a face-off down in the select zone. Face off to the left side of field here. Puck is down. Towards the goal field to save. She'll corral the rebound, no problem. And she'll hang on. It's right back where we started here. Puck's down. Just about 5 minutes into this second period now as the Selects looking to go back the other way. Puck's hauled inside the zone. Leslie will head for a change. Start to head the camera that way as she confused me. Through the middle of the ice. Allie Chisholm now all alone. She got a late trailer. Works down deep. Good battle down there in the corner as they tangle up. Oh, front arrow and just a fan shot. As Evelyn McLeod was right on the doorstep there. The puck found her. It just started to roll at the last second. That was a weird bounce off the corner. Kearney in there on the forecheck. She almost blows a tire but finds the loose puck. Carly Boyle on her. Work back up the half wall now. Trying to poke it through the middle. Chisholm can't find it. Caps fire it back down inside the zone. Icing waved off as it'll get in behind the goal where Field stops it there for a defender. That was Connolly. Through the middle. Stick lift. It'll get all the way out through the neutral zone and just inside the Caps defensive end. Long stretch pass off the stick there of Bria Tanner, who was sneaking up into the play. Now is McHattie. She's taken down. Penalty on the way here as the Selects are going to get their first power play of the game. It's going to be a tripping call here. So the Selects, their first power play of the game is it's going to be Carly Beaton. 2 minutes for tripping. At 14:26 here, the second period. So big kill here for the Caps, who had 3 power plays in the first period. So O'Dane won't be able to change. It's going to be Asbridge. McLean, MacArthur, Burris, Doiron, and McIntyre here for the Selects. The power play commences now for the squad. Back down low for McLean. Seam pass, good stick there. As the Caps aren't able to find the outside of the zone now. As MacArthur a shot there. Delaney had to be sharp. Sorry, that was McLean. Happened so quickly. McIntyre holds the line. Fires it in deep. Doiron down low for Burris. Burris back up top for McIntyre. McIntyre thought about firing it, didn't have a lane, so she fires it in deep. McLean now on that loose puck. She'll hustle and fire it up for McIntyre. McIntyre left side. Doiron towards the front of the goal. Pucks it through the crease there and cleared out of harm's way now as McLean back up top for McIntyre. McLean turns, fires, and that one was blocked fearlessly as that'll make its way out into the neutral zone as we approach the halfway mark here of the power play. McIntyre now in over the line. She'll slow up. Looking to get set up here. Back up top for McLean. Back for McIntyre. Too far for her to reach. Over to the right side. Down low. McIntyre now will wheel in there and pick it up. She'll leave it there for Doiron. Pretty good press here from the Caps on the puck side. McIntyre couldn't hang on. Now Kearney back the other way. Asbridge, good job to stay on side. 2-on-0. Kearney keeps, shoots, scores. Short-handed goal. The Greenfoot Capitals strike first here. It's Ashlyn Kearney continuing her offensive touch here for the Capitals. So on their 15th shot of the game, they finally beat Field. Not much the goaltender can do there. A block shot at the blue line, ends up back the other way on a 2-on-0. So back to center ice we go, a 1-0 lead now. The 3 and 4 teams going at it here. Selects, pick it up. Richards will fire it in. So it's going to be Kearney unassisted. Worked back up top. Connolly, shot there. That was blocked before it could make its way to the goal. 10 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Selects. Boyle, across. Shot on the way. No, fake shot towards the front of the goal there. Is another block shot there. Jodry, real good job by the Caps here as the penalty expires. Back to even strength. Large box here for the Caps. Was the secret to that penalty kill. Back to the point, not out. Held in, battling for it now. Poke free, nice little move. Back the other way. Being back pressured hard here. The puck will get in deep, so job done. Jodry in there. Puck's gonna be peeled free towards the front of the goal. Prince there. Blew a tire in front, got her feet crossed up, and now back the other way is 2-on-2 with the back checker. Richards with Boyle. Richards, nice move, wide. Takes it to the front of the goal there, rolled off her stick. Back up top to the point. Grinton now towards the front of the goal. That was kicked and blocked. Capitals sacrificing the body here. Back down to McLeod. Turn, fire, that was blocked. Looking for the exit here are the Caps. Hemmed in their zone a little bit. Good push from the Selects. Now it's going to be picked up here. Bria Tanner with some speed. She'll loop in over the zone. Fires one. That was blocked. Rebounds there off the post. Another chance. Scores. And the Selects tie it just like that. A good first save from Delaney. But it was Ella Grinton following up the play. And she finds that loose puck with a great gaping cage. And just like that, we're back to square one. So it took a full 20, almost 30 minutes before our first goal. And now both teams have shared chances and goals here in this one. So in deep, the Caps. Back up to the point, shot on the way through a crowd. Field finds it, and she'll hang on here with a couple extra pushes. So face off to the right side of field now. McLean. Double team there. She turned the puck over. Back to the point. Leslie fired it back down deep. McIntyre now. She'll chip it to herself. McLean picks it up inside the zone. She chips it in deep. Harland. Turned back the other way, but it was McLean standing right there as they try to flush her out behind the goal. Chipped off the glass out through the neutral zone. Now as Driscoll will give chase, but it's Carrie Doiron who picks it up. Up the right side, Richards through the middle for MacArthur. Nice little feed. Cut back move at the blue line. Good job by McLean to stay on side. Now it's Driscoll. And Power back the other way, 2-on-1. Ella Driscoll keeps, shoots there, and Field just got a piece of it. Tried to go short side glove there was Ella Driscoll. So puck will go back down inside the select zone. Kearney from the bench. Wasn't able to find it. Now McLean up the right side from MacArthur and over the blue line. MacArthur drags in front. Richards got a stick on it, but Delaney was able to get the right pad down. Back the other way, Asbridge now. 3-on-2. Then over the line, left side, shot there. Tried the sneak attack. That goes wide. Good zone entry there. Would have liked to see them spread it out a little bit better to kind of isolate the D-man, but get the puck to the net. It's the name of the game here. You can't score if you don't shoot, or sure makes it a little bit tougher. Connolly up for Morrow. Kate Morrow now. She'll find a lane. Away she goes up the right side. Jodry got a stick on her. Morrow chips it to herself. She's going to get in on the forecheck. Kate Morrow trying to ignite her team here. She gets double teamed. Fife McDonald, or Frances McDonald, sorry. I guess either way I was right. Partner pass across. Marley Payne lofted, up and out and over everybody. Love to see that with no direct pass. Frances McDonald finds it at the blue line, fires it in deep. Delaney on the backhand, leaves it there for Payne. Payne rims that around to the far side, but it was met there by Bria Tanner. In the corner. Worked out now, trying to shovel it free. As the Caps through the middle of the ice. Parsons, a little stick lift, was able to steal it there from Burris, so she'll continue on in the offensive zone. Waiting for her recruits to join the party here as Dowling and McHenry now jump into the middle. Dowling heads up there. She's right in the slot. She was taken down, or taken out of the play, I guess would be more accurate. Now McHenry got tangled up there and lost her gloves and stick. Now she's just going to leave them. And that puck's going to get in deep. She wasn't quite sure what to do there, as Coach Jules Eddie Larocque will collect the yard sale. And now another 2-on-1 forming here is Driscoll down the right side. She's got power. Driscoll drags, shoots, field the glove save, and then Driscoll taken down. Slides into the goaltender. That's the second 2-on-1 for those two here in this period. Good job by Field there. Stay strong to the shooter. Allow the defender to take the open player. A perfectly executed 2-on-1 defensively by the Selects. If you trust your goaltender like you would with Amy Field in the net, you're going to allow the shooter to fire away, and you just take away the tap in. It's one of those things that has been around for forever and continues to be the play in today's game now as Beaton turned it over to McLean. The last person you want to give it to here. McLean tried to fire a shot. Wilkie was in the lane. MacArthur down low. Trying the cycle game here. MacArthur in behind for Sean Richards. Back up to the point. Right side. Partnered across. Shot through a distance. Didn't quite make its way. Now Kearney back the other way. All alone. 1-on-2. Walks into the middle. Shot there. Field the save. And she will hang on here. 6:49 left to go here in this second period. 19-14 the shots here in favor of the Capitals. Face off to the right side of Amy Field here. McCaddy off the draw. We'll move it up for Frances McDonald, who tried to blindly fire that across, but it's turned over. Here's Power. Chip and chase. Turned around to the far side. Chip back to the middle. That's Morrow. She turned it over now as McCaddy. She's had some good pep in her step here so far in this one. Just inside the blue line, trying to muscle it down deep. Pulled out of harm's way. Nice little pass under the stick now is Asbridge. She'll work in 1-on-2. Asbridge turns, fired there. The save made by Field. The rebound was free. 6 minutes left to go here in this 1-1 hockey game here in the second frame. Asbridge and Power are going to head to the bench here for a change, and that'll give the Select some time to break out here through the neutral zone. Morrow in deep. Delaney out to play it. Parents wanted a trip call there, but referee's going to let him play. Back to the point. Shot there, Delaney. The save. She'll corral the loose puck and cover it up here on the rebound. So 5:35 left to go here in this second period. You're watching the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League playoffs here on High Button Sports. Partners of the league and bringing you all the action here all season long. So the Lynx and Surge moments away from getting underway at the RBC Center in Dartmouth. Right now we're going to be focused here on the Caps and the Selects. From the Hector Arena here as Prince now steals it. Down the right side, Prince, backhand chance, Field the save. The rebound was loose. And now Charlotte O'Dane in deep. She takes a bump down there. Puck's poked free. All the way up to the point. Leslie a shot. That was blocked into the corner. O'Dane takes on Doiron. And now it's going to be worked out. Back the other way goes Mila Martin. She'll carry it deep. Stopped up, looking for support. McLean knocked it down and fired that, and that's going to sting whoever that hit. May not notice until tomorrow, until you take the gear off and go, now why does that hurt? So poke through the legs of McIntyre. That's Harland in there. Bench loves that effort here. Very supportive from the Caps bench. Beaton, who's the one that stayed back for Harland, is going to get the puck, and that's normally how it goes. Now it's a short side shot there, Field the save, and now the rebound with bodies in front as Beaton made her way from the left side point to the front of the net. And was able to get a whack at it, but Amy Field standing tall, 22 shots, 21 saves so far. And at the other end for Delaney, 15 shots, 14 saves here so far in the game. Payne towards the front of the goal, tipped in front there. O'Dane lost her glove and stick, and now the puck's going to go right under her stick. So the stick's still in the play, making things happen without it being in the hands. Got to like that. Now MacArthur is going to find that loose puck. She'll carry it in. She's going to bounce that one into the end zone. It's Wilkie back for it. She partners it across. Payne back across to her partner. Up the left side on the outlet. McLean loses that battle. And over the line, Dowling makes a step there. Nice move, and she got in free, but Field makes another glove save here. So I'm not sure if they got the scouting report, but Field seems to be pretty dialed in on that glove hand side. The old game notes. So to the left side of Field we go. 3:48 left to go now here in this second frame. Way around, held in at the line though. Grinton, the goal scorer here for the Selects. LaPierre spinning around here through the neutral zone. And she'll regain possession. Looking for her options, but she elects to keep it. Leslie will get that in over the red line and in deep. Field out there, leaves it for the defender. And to help out Kearney now. She's the goal scorer here for the Caps. Tried to work it towards the front of the goal. She was tied up. Sydney Power on it. Turn, fire. That one goes through the high slot and all the way around to the far side where Wilkie is. Morrow being pestered from behind there as Kearney all the way back. She's going to get the red line, get it in deep, and she's going to head for a change here. That puck will go all the way around to the far side. Asbridge. She takes the outlet. Down she goes. Nice move there. Now it's going to be pushed inside the select zone. Doiron back for McIntyre. McIntyre chipped off the wall. That'll get all the way up to the neutral zone as Asbridge right in front of us here battles with two Selects players. McIntyre digs it free. Cutback move. She's going to head north here. McIntyre had herself quite the season on the back end. Team Atlantic. 40 points on the season. Great skater and a great defender as well. So complete game, I guess, is my point. She's obviously not the only one. Now the Selects, good read there at the blue line as they were able to hold the line. Carrie Doiron stepped into play. Minute 45 left to go. LaPierre off the glass. Asbridge got a stick on it. She's trying to muscle her way now, but it's McLean. She fired that cross ice, looking for the pass across the blue line and over the line. Doiron. Oh, front there, McLean got a stick on it, but she wasn't able to pull the trigger. Now is Parsons. Chipped it off the wall. That'll come outside the zone. Right back in it goes by Connolly. Harlan will give chase. She's got Richards on her. Reversed in behind. McLean read it. Looking for the centering pass. It was there for a moment, but that's as far as it'll go now as the Caps are going to head back the other way. Chip off the wall. Prince collects her own dump in. In the last minute to play here in the second period. Both teams looking for a late period goal here. There's Driscoll. McLean rims that around to the far side. MacArthur Stops up, moved it down low. Driscoll stepped in and held the line. Spin back move. Captain Driscoll working around the top of the zone. She takes a whack there on the hand, and now she's going to be chased here by Richards as Leslie. Got that turned over by Richards. And now the Caps are just going to get the blue line and get it in deep. Field out to play it here. 20 seconds left to go. Carefully moved up the wall. Now O'Dane down the right side. She's got some momentum here down the right side. Cut to the middle, into the 5-hole. She scores. Charlotte O'Dane showing off the getaway sticks there. As that puck squeezed through field, it looked like on the poke check. And just like that, the Caps lead once again. Just a great burst of speed there as O'Dane had the puck poked off her stick as she was exiting the zone. The Capitals regroup, and O'Dane just kept on trucking. As she burned wide, got in, and I think Field, from what I could tell, was going for the poke check just to kind of eliminate her space on the way through, and the puck slid through her 5-hole, and it's 2-1 Capitals. Into the Cap zone, and that will do it here. For 40 minutes, it's a 2-1 lead for the Caps. 25-12, or 25-15, sorry, the shots on goal now in favor of the Greenfoot Capitals. So we'll head to the intermission once again, and we'll be back with third period action in just a few moments. You're watching the 2026 Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. It's the playoffs, and we'll be back with third period action when we return. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Hector Arena here. Third period action just about underway here in round number 1. The best 3 out of 5 series between the Northern Subway Selects here and the Greenfoot Capitals, who now lead this one 2-1 heading into the final frame, potentially final frame. So once again, if you're just joining us, thank you very much for the support for these ladies. And of course, us here at High Button Sports. My name is Matt Dudelet for High Button Sports. And we are underway here with the third period. Referee always keep you on your toes. Now as McLean's going to get a chance here right off the opening draw, and that's going to be a penalty here and maybe a hold. So a tripping call, and the argument here is that she didn't even fall, which kind of agree with. Now, I would have went with a hold, if anything. Coach is going to get an explanation here. So, glorious opportunity for the hometown team here to tie things up here on the power play. So it's a Northern Subway Selects power play here, as the faceoff won by the Caps. It's Asbridge able to get that one out, and look at Kearney go. 2 of the top skaters here in this league. She ties up. Her and McIntyre go toe-to-toe. McIntyre will take the reverse pass. We'll fire a cross-ice pass for Burris. Burris in over the line, stops up, left it there for MacArthur. MacArthur unintentionally left it for McLean. He's going to have some space. She walks in, shot there. Delaney the save. The rebound was loose and swiped out of harm's way, as that one's going to go out into the neutral zone now as McIntyre nearly turned it over. Asbridge had it poked off her stick now as Burris loops in the neutral zone, just below her blue line. Through the neutral zone now, in over the line, shot there towards the goal. Delaney blockered that away twice, as now Burris will move it up top for McIntyre, moves it right back down low. Carrie Doiron, half wall, shot through the seam. It's going to go off a set of shin pads, and now McIntyre with it. Cross-ice pass, Doiron met there by Payne as they'll race down into the corner for the puck. McLean in to help out. McIntyre is going to have to activate here, and she does. Holds the line, slowing it down here as the Selects. Good play there. Back up top for MacArthur. Too far out of her reach as her and McLean will head to the bench. McIntyre carries it down the left side. She was muscled off the puck there as the Caps collect off the glass. And that one's going to go all the way out through the neutral zone now as Prince, 1-on-3. Tried to get a shot off, does, but it was into the shin pads. It's 20 seconds left to go now in the penalty to the Caps. Pinned up against the end wall. Very supportive bench here, this Capitals team. It's now Richards. She's going to head north. Had it poked off her stick now as Beaton's going to go back the other way shorthanded. She's got Driscoll. Beaton shot there. She had the spot picked on the glove side. And that one goes high and wide. Penalty expires. Good job there by Leslie to get out of her way of her defender, so they didn't tangle up down there as Richards came in. She runs into Driscoll. Puck stays inside the zone. Everybody looking for it here at the top. McCaddy couldn't find it towards the net there. That one goes wide. Wilkie, the left side. Couldn't hang on. Now Driscoll's going to pick it up with some speed. She'll head in over the blue line now. Ella Driscoll stopped up, tripped up. She continues on now and back the other way. Bria Tanner here for the Select. She'll gain the red line, get it in deep, and she's going to give chase here. Cross-ice pass just out of the reach of Driscoll there as Burris finds it. She'll dump it inside the Cap zone. Delaney out to play. Great skill set to have as a goaltender. So chipped off the wall. Able to poke that out. Dowling got it as far as the official. Now it's Kelly in over the line. Centering pass through the crease there. O'Dane, the most recent goal scorer here for the Caps, wasn't able to get a stick on it as it goes in behind the goal. Selects. Burris chipped up and over. Love that play from a defender. No direct pass, but you also don't want to ice it, so you just loft it up and over everybody, and now that one's going to be ripped inside the zone. right onto field. And she will hang on with a couple of white jerseys floating around. To the right side. Back to the point. Blocked before it could get there. That one's going to go down inside the cap zone. Chipped up in front of us here. MacArthur. Back for McIntyre. Watch for this MacArthur, McLean, and McIntyre. The triple Mac line here to log a lot of minutes here in this final period, especially down by 1. So that one's going to go all the way down the ice, and that one's going to be an icing charged here to the Caps, so they won't be able to change. So back down into the Greenfoot Capital zone we go here. This one's going to come to the glove hand side of Lauren Delaney. Puck's down, one cleanly by the Caps as they'll push it in behind their own goal now. Into the corner, tangling up. McCaddy, cut back move, gets away from both defenders. Now she'll loop back the other way. Oh, front, oh, and the puck was there for a moment. And that will escape everybody somehow. Now it's Power, chip and chase as she goes around McIntyre, but it's going to be McIntyre who gets there first, but it's Power who strips it. McCaddy back defensively to help out. Worked it up the right side. Harlan shot that one into the midsection of McCaddy. And now the Selects are going to go back the other way here as McIntyre in over the red line. Gets in over the blue, tries to switch sides with it. Does poke free. Dangerously now Harlan. She'll cut back in her own zone. She'll work it in off the back wall there for Leslie. Leslie up and over. Touched by the Selects. Icing waved off. All the way back for it here is Carly Boyle. She's got Kearney on her. Reversed it back the other way. Connolly. Or sorry, that's Chisholm. Now poke free. Kearney trying to get some space. There's Connolly. She'll go up the far side. Asbridge tried to cycle it down low off a set of skates and out into the neutral zone it goes. Now is Harland. She's going to take that extra step, get the red line and get it in deep, and she'll head for a change. Love to see those players take that extra half step there at the red line to make sure you don't put your team in a defensive zone face-off situation, especially trailing by 1. Prince holds the line. Morrow chipped it free. Carson's looking for it now. Cut back to the middle was Allie Chisholm. As Jodry blew a tire. And she went into the end wall there, and she's a little bit shaken up, but back to her feet. And she's going to join the play now. I just want to make sure everything was still intact. That one hit the official. Now it's going to go back the other way here as Burris in over the line. MacArthur with the drag. The shot that was blocked away by Delaney. Richards on the rebound. 6 minutes here into this period. Richards chipped it deep. Driscoll turned it over. Richards on it once again. Tried to move it up to the point. Chipped off the wall. Good job by Grinton there to hold the zone. Francis McDonald had it poked off her stick. Driscoll reverses back the other way. Prince now for the Caps. She's just going to fire that one the length of the ice, and that one's going to be an icing, so she's not going to be able to change. Right then and there, we just touched on it. By not taking that extra stride and a half, now you're going to force your tired teammates here on a defensive zone face-off. As the Selects are going to bring McIntyre back out. McLean as well. So we'll see if the Caps can win this face-off and get the zone exit. Illegal line change procedure here for the Selects. So they're going to have a new center. This time it's going to be McLean who takes it. She wins that draw. Back to the point. Burris couldn't hold the line. So it bounces out now. McCaddy, back pass, turned it over. And now Prince is going to carry it in over the line. That'll get the Caps the opportunity for a change here. Burris will wheel it up the left side. Kearney will slot into the middle. Cross ice pass for McLean. Too far for her to reach, but she'll get in on the forecheck. Chipped free. Excuse me, all the way back down the ice. Carrie Doiron, first one back for it. Reverses it. Great support there from McIntyre. See McIntyre now. She'll carry it up the ice. She's going to have a head of steam up the left side. Watch her boogie now. A quick shot that was into the ankles of the defender. Now is Kearney trying to get that puck back outside the zone. Harland. He's going to fire that the length. And that one's going to be an icing. So the Caps are going to have to defend once again here on a D-zone face-off. Easy from the eye in the skies, assuming what they should do, but big face-off coming up here. Caps off the draw. Harland finds it. She's being flushed out the far side. Kearney got it up to O'Dane, who wasn't able to get the puck out as it stays just inside the blue line. Whacking away at it. Puck will come free now. O'Dane finds it. Beaton will open herself up. O'Dane now is going to get the red line and get it deep. You can hear the coach yelling, "We need it deep, we need it deep." Especially with a 1-goal lead. Don't want to be messing around with it at the offensive red line or blue line. Last thing you need is some offensive zone odd man rushes now as McIntyre is going to get that red line. She's going to fire that all the way in. Delaney out to play it. Good job there. They had the set play on the dump in. The right side, Dowling. McHenry turned it over. She's taken down. Play continues. Dowling. Great job there. She takes the extra step, gets the red line, gets it in deep. Boyle back for it. Cross for Connolly, who moves it up the right side now. Tanner looping back in her own zone. She's going to carry now with some speed up the right side. Staying on it. Down she goes as the play continues. Into the corner it goes. Walter ties up. MacArthur spins off a defender. Still with it. Tries to make a move. Richards there to help out. She's going to try and work it in behind the goal now. Looked up the right side. Asbridge. She got the puck out. She took a little bit of a bump there, but take a hit to make a play, as they say. Now is Richards able to get that by everybody and in behind the Capital zone. Power. Couldn't reach that one as it goes all the way down through the neutral zone and down into the Selects end zone. Layla Burris through the crease dangerously there on one hand. Had to be sharp there. Now it's going to be by everybody. Icing waved off as Harland made a snag at it. Harland up the strong side. Tangled up down there. Kearney and Power in to help out. It's McDonald and McCaddy cross ice. Grinton, the shot there. Rebound was loose. McLean, the second try at it. The side of the goal. And the whistle's going to go here. And Harland is going to have some extra pushes. And now there's going to be some penalties here. So it looks like they're going to get both of them here. So it's going to be Harland and McCaddy. They'll continue the party into the penalty box there. So it looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. So 5-on-5. I was wrong. Back to the point, Burris. So Harland and McCaddy both 2 minutes each for roughing. As the Caps look for the breakout here, they're able to get it out of the zone. Burris picked it up and over the blue line, looked offside from here, but the referee says no. Back to the point it goes. Cross ice pass. Opportunity for Martin, a shot there. That one goes well wide as it whistles over into the corner all the way up to the right side far point. McLean couldn't handle it in the feet. Through the middle. Parsons. Lost control. And over the line now, Leslie battling down there. She takes a bump in to help out is Jodry. McLean on her. McLean turned it over, still looking for the loose puck. There's Tanner now. Oh, front into the slot there, whacking away at it, but it's the Caps who are going to come away with it here. Through the middle of the ice now is Jodry. Prince will go for a change after the feed. Chloe Jodry, fake down low, stopped up, perfectly executed delay. She fired it around to the far corner. Now Select's looking for the exit here, and they'll get it. Over to the left side for McIntyre. She's going to come through with speed. Lexi McIntyre down the left side. And behind the goal line now, she's pinched off at the wall. Cycling down low, she's going to get it back. Looking for a return pass. Wilkie was there defensively to break it up. Doiron cycles it down low. Chipping it into the middle. Still on it. Down there is McLeod battling hard for some possession. And now it's chipped up the left side. McIntyre got a stick on it. Coming across was Carrie Doiron there, and Driscoll blew a tire. She's right back to her feet. And over the line now, McLeod centering pass off the stick of Delaney. We're officially inside the halfway mark here of the third period. Cross ice pass. Morrow from the bench with speed. She's going to stop up. Driscoll on the defensive side of the puck with her. So they get tangled up down there. All kinds of chaos now in behind the Capitals bench, net. Back down low, off the bank. Wasn't able to control. Richards with it, trying to shove it in at the short side. Richards still with it, reverses it back the other way as Fife McDonald. Down low now. Caps desperately need a whistle here or a clear, as now the whistle is going to go at the side of the goal. As Delaney finds that loose puck and she'll pounce. 7:34 left to go here in this third period. 2-1 lead now for the Caps. 28-20 the shots here in favor of Greenfoot. Cleanly won by the Selects, but that'll exit the zone. Asbridge forechecks that one into a turnover. So they go down into the corner. Power out of the corner. Gonna cut back, tried to fire it in deep. Knocked down with a high stick, and that one is gonna be whistled here. So the faceoff's going to come outside the zone there. Cap's going to try and get it in deep. Quickly across now for Boyle. Boyle on the partner. She'll walk in over the line. Stays with it. Cuts to the middle. Tries to center, and that goes off a stick as the Capitals are clogging the middle of the ice here. It's MacArthur now. She finds some space. Walks in. Shot there. Rebound off the side of the post. Anna MacArthur looking for the equalizer there on an individual effort. And she couldn't beat Delaney's old buddy, the Iron. The first shot came right out into the high slot. And she was right there on the doorstep. I wasn't able to put it home here. So full sail change here for both sides. Puck's down now. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go. Parsons towards the goal. Field with the save. And behind the net, Burris. And now there's going to be a penalty. The arm went up. Very delayed. So we're going to have a Capitals power play here. So 6:50 left to go. I think the clock, either I messed up or somebody else did. Doesn't matter who though, as we got it figured out now. So 2 minutes for tripping. The Caps get underway here on their 5th power play of the game. Have yet to get one here with the man advantage. There's Delaney out to play it. She leaves it there for her defender, Leslie. Leslie, the right side for Kearney. Kearney in over the zone. She's going to walk right in. Quick shot that was into the feet of Grinton. And now worked around. She'll hang on. Carries, drops it there for Payne. Payne towards the front of the goal, and Field finds that with the glove. And she'll hang on, so 6:12 left to go here in the final frame of regulation. Face off to the right side of Field. Cross ice pass. Leslie the shot, Field the save, and once again she will hang on here. So we'll switch sides this time. Selects win the face-off. But it's the Capitals who maintain possession here. Payne towards the front of the goal. It was blocked, still there. Dangerously, and that was going to be cleared. No problem there. As Delaney out to play it here. Leslie on her. Richards on the forecheck. Richards nearly turned it over as Leslie looped back in her own zone. So Leslie now with 45 seconds left to go. Nice little move. She gets in over the line. She's got some space. Quick shot there. That one goes wide on the glove side. MacArthur pins it up against the half wall. Had it poked free. Now Sean Richards. She's going to try and send that the length. Didn't quite get it down. Now it's going to be turned over here as Anna MacArthur in over the blue line. Down on lap here. She stops up. Pins it up against the wall. Trying to kill some precious time here. 10 seconds left to go. As it switches sides. Now 5 seconds. Wilkie in over the line. That's going to do it for the power play. 4:45 left to go. Score remains 2-1. Through the Caps here, anything 200 feet from your net, you're going to be feeling pretty good about. Now for the Selects, up the ice, in deep, and on net is the name of the game here. So we got 3 Caps forwards caught below the line here. One quick pass, and the Selects were off to the races. And now it's McIntyre who's going to pick it up. She'll work through the neutral zone. She's going to carry down the right side. McIntyre with a good head of steam. Harland on her. As they tangle up down there in the corner. Now McIntyre caught, but the puck will stay inside the zone. Boyle knocked that one down with the hand. Prince battling. Puck comes free. Not out though. And now it's going to be chipped in to some safety. Run around the far side. McLean didn't get it out. She follows up the play. Tangling up over there. Cap's going to be on the D side of the puck here. Select's trying to go back the other way. Boyle fired it in deep. Back for is Payne. Payne with it. She's going to loft that one out into the neutral zone. That's going to get by everybody. And they're going to say it's icing here. So that'll go back down into the Cap zone. Time ticking away here for the Selects. 3:24 left to go now here in this one. Selects looking for the late equalizer here. Cross ice into the seam for MacArthur. Burris down low. MacArthur cycles it for McCaddy. And the work out of the corner here. Great job on D side of the puck, but it's the Selects who continue. MacArthur battling down there. She's taken down in behind the net. McCaddy in to help out. She cuts back, tries to cycle it. Now she's going to work it up top for Burris. Burris quickly across. Grinton, opportunity towards the front of the goal. Tipped in front there. The rebound's loose. And shoveled towards the front of the goal. 2:45 left to go. O'Dane tried to chip it free. Wasn't able to get it there. Prince now, red line. She's going to try and get it in deep. And not sure it's going to be played by the Capitals here, so too many players on the ice. So an untimely bench minor there for the Capitals as McHenry's going to go serve. And now a chance for the Selects late here. We'll see if they're going to take their time. Oh, it looks like they're not going to. Or now they will. So 30-second timeout here for the Selects. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back here in just a few moments. All right, so the timeout has concluded. 2:25 left to go here on the game clock. 2 minutes on the board here for the Selects power play. Can they tie it, or can the Caps hang on here in game number 1 of the best of 5? McIntyre slows it down up top. McLean across for Doiron. Doiron across up top for McIntyre. McIntyre had a hard time with it there for a moment. It's Doiron. Back up top, and a little miscommunication there as Asbridge able to get a stick on that as Driscoll. And now it should be noted that the net is empty there, so 6 on 4. There's McIntyre now. Up for McLean. McLean in over the zone, and she'll slow it down here. Looking for the power play to get in position here. McIntyre across for Doiron. Doiron back up top for McIntyre on the backhand. She'll move it across for McLean. McLean being pressed on. Back in the middle for McIntyre. Quickly shot. That was blocked. 90 seconds left to go here. Back to the point once again. McIntyre quickly across for McLean. McLean fires, shoots. There, the rebound was into the corner. Doiron once again. McIntyre back down for Doiron. Towards the front of the goal. Delaney, the blocker save. Burris back up top. McIntyre and Doiron play pitch and catch. Back down for Burris. Burris turns, fires. Delaney the save. The rebound's loose. On the loose puck is McLeod. Last minute to play here in the third period. Selects pressing. 30 seconds left to go here in the power play. McIntyre back for McLean. McLean drags, shoots there off a set of skates. Into the corner. Selects will recollect. Back up top. McIntyre over for Doiron off the stick. Foot race forward here. Burris takes a bump down there from Leslie. The puck stays inside the zone. Leslie across for Doiron. One-time shot there. Couldn't get it teed up. Wraparound chance there. It's McLean in deep trying to find the loose puck. Anxious moments here. 30 seconds left to go. Back up top for McIntyre. The shot deflected in front. Off a body. The puck was there and the Caps clear. But it's MacArthur who holds his own. 19 seconds left to go. Towards the goal. Delaney can't find it. Puck is loose. The whistle goes. The official lost sight of the puck. So 15 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for a play here for the Selects. The goaltender will remain pulled. Doiron, Burris, McLean, Richards, MacArthur, and McIntyre here for the Selects. 15 seconds on the board. The puck is down. One cleanly. McIntyre, backdoor for Burris, couldn't handle it. They had the play they wanted. Centering pass, banked. Delaney looking for it at the side of the goal, and now it's going to go again, the whistle. 8.3 seconds left to go. Asbridge, Driscoll, Payne. Now Leslie's going to make her way out. She's going to take the place of Harland. A face-off to the right side. the Caps didn't like the playoff formation, the face-off formation, so they're going to yell for a timeout here. So we'll hang tight for 30 seconds. 8.3 left on the clock when we come back. The final 8 seconds. Well, that'll do it here for the timeout. As mentioned, 8.3 seconds left on the clock here. The Selects looking for the very late equalizer here. And the Caps just looking for a face-off win so they can smother a puck here. Final 8 seconds. What a game we've been treated to here in game number 1. How will this conclude? Puck is down. Selects quickly puked free there by Asbridge, and it's going to be a foot race here, and that will pretty well do it. And it will. Game number 1 is going to go to the Greenfoot Caps. A 2-1 victory here on the road. And they will start the playoff run off with a W. So a 2-1 victory. A 28 save performance from goaltender Lauren Delaney. And at the other end, 29 saves for Amy Field. Did everything she could in this game. So that will conclude our coverage here of this one. The Capitals take this one 2-1. And they're going to go to center ice to shake hands. Usually you don't do that till at the end of the series, but no big deal. So with that, we thank you all for tuning in. These two teams right back at it here tomorrow lunchtime. I will see you guys here. It's Olympic gold medal day and game number 2 here of the playoffs. For everyone here at High Button Sports, we thank you once again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the coverage, and we'll see you